Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. You did it. Awesome. Morning, namaste online. Got you here. Just a little couple minutes late for logging in. Good morning. And just a little, how do you do it? I spelled it right. Good morning. Maybe not. Maybe 2 R's. I will grab this. I don't need many props today. We're just going to work with who we are and what we are. But yes, come on to the back. Go ahead and come on to the back. And we'll start there. So if you're at home, following along, if possible, just make yourself comfortable. If you want to utilize a bolster, blanket, or anything, go ahead. And we're just going to work into a little ease is the goal. So, right, you can keep eyes open or close the eyes, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Just let your body be at ease. And if you have any, sensation or tightness in your low back, you can always bend up the knees, bring the feet to the earth, and let your knees kind of fall to the center. And that's what we call constructive relaxation. And the goal is just to tune into the body on the back. So for a moment, just feel the length of your legs. So maybe even if the knees are bent, just feel the legs, the hips. And then feel shoulders. Maybe the shoulders can relax a bit more. And then even, the back of the head, wherever it is, if it's padded with a blanket or a bolster, just even a little tiny movement of chin side to side can help engage and initiate that sensation of back of head. And then find that spot, right, on the back of head where you can just rest. And then just tune into the whole body here for a breath or two. Just feel and sense the breath coming in. And stay for exhale, Yeah, one more like that. Just a full deep breath in, just initiating that fullness and that expansiveness. And good. Just take a moment here and we'll set our intention here on our backs. So when the body is at rest and the mind can kind of simmer or settle, maybe something new or something that already exists can come into the mind's eye, and allow this to be your work for your practice today. I'm going to work with the guna, the sattva, guna of sattva. And we have 3 gunas in our existence in all phenomenon. Is a quality of either tamas, rajas, or sattva. And today we'll be working the sattva. Here now with you on your back, there's a sense of inertia or lack of movement, right? And this is tamas, so you're experiencing kind of a lethargy or laziness or just relaxation. It's all good, to be here. And then take another minute just to feel and sense like the breath coming in through the nose, and send that breath all the way down the legs. So breathe in, all the way down to the toes, and breathe out. And then one more down the arms. So as you breathe in, draw your awareness down from the heart, down through the arms, fingertips. And then let that go. Good. Bring a little movement in. So take a foot to the floor and then another foot to the floor. Good. And then if you're on a bolster or anything, you can just kind of roll off to the side. And we'll just come on to either left or right side, doesn't matter. Just come on up when you're ready. So if you need a breath on side body, take it. Otherwise, just extend top leg and we'll just roll out. Nice and easy. And then we'll just release like the efforting of having something supporting us. So sits bones to the earth, yeah? Let's bring the bottoms of our feet together for Baddha Konasana. Good. Now, I was trying to come up with like a really easy, simple way to understand the gunas. I listened to Sadhguru talk about the gunas in relationship to Navratri. The last day is today, yeah, of the celebration of life and the celebration of scripture. So since the 7th of October through today is Navratri. Navitri.
Okay.
Navratri. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that perfectly. And he talked about the three goddesses, Lakshmi, Durga, and Saraswati. And he kind of related the gunas to the three goddesses. And it was really interesting. He spoke that Kali Durga here, riding her tiger, is tamas, just what you experience laying on your back. And she's earth, she's an earth goddess, yeah? Illuminated, yes, but also just like doesn't even need legs to walk because she rides the tiger, right? So she's fixed, if you will, in a sense, okay? And she represents, this destruction or a transformation, yeah? And how we use fire in the process of transformation. So there's a lot of that. And Lakshmi here, yeah, with these coins falling from the palm and the coins falling from the lotus coming down, right? And she represents abundance. And he says Kali or Lakshmi is Rajas, activity, right? Abundance, gathering, yeah. And then Sattva, he spoke of as Saraswati. And we have a beautiful Murti on top of the piano over there, Saraswati. She's holding an instrument, and she has this great way of being in creativity, in song, in chanting, in playing music and creation. So he related the gunas to this, yeah? All right, let's take a moment to bring our hands to our feet for a moment and kind of just interlace the fingers around the toes. And let's sit up nice and tall and take a big breath in. Good, and then just gently fold forward. Let your elbows bend and let your back round. It's okay, yeah? Maybe even close your eyes here. Tune inward. Feel that the knees are heavy and there's just like the stretch of inner thighs, just an opening to the body. And then let your elbows and shoulders kind of relax away and towards the floor to get just a more space across the back body. Good, another breath here. Good, and then unhook the fingers and stay low. Reach your fingers out in front of you and then just kind of like press the finger pads into the earth and then gently kind of like palms as well. And you'll feel an extra stretch, maybe through the shoulders or ribs, side body. Take a breath like that. Yeah, let it go. Good, and then press into those palms and walk yourself in nice and easy, nice and slow. Yay. All right, let's scoop up the knees and bring the feet to the floor. Good. And let's move into a little Rajas boat pose, right? So you can kind of bring the fingertips wide off to the side and then lift a foot, yeah, and then lift another foot. Yeah, and then you can stay here. Use the fingers or let the fingers hover. Good. Lift your heart, take a bit. Yes, good. Awesome. Great. And then let your fingers maybe even lift even more. Palms flip up towards the sky. Good. Take your gaze to one spot, maybe above eye level. And take a breath in. And feel and sense like maybe a little heat or something. Sensation. Good. And then fingers to the earth, maybe slightly behind you, feet to the earth. We'll walk your hands in slightly. Fingers can remain out. And we're just going to press into like a little reverse table. So if you have sensitive wrists, take your hands even wider. Yeah. And then press to lift. Yeah. And then just take the gaze up towards the sky and open front body. So feel and sense that back body is strong, holding you up, holding your neck up so that the neck doesn't get if you want to lift chin away from chest, just a bit more. Breathe in. And lift your heart a bit more. Breathe in. Yeah, and then slowly come on down and just go, thank you, body. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's take back to Sukhasana, easy pose, and let's work into those wrists. Now that we've warmed them up a little bit. So just go wide with the hands, please. And then bring your palms to touch right out in front of you. Exhale all the air around your back, drop your chin. Good. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, scoop it down. Good. One more. Inhale, open. This is Robin's breath. Exhale. Yeah. Let's do one more. So good. Yeah. Exhale. Good. And then just roll up nice and easy here. Yeah. Let's go wide once again. This time we take the palms to touch and interlace the fingers. Bring your elbows together and roll out your wrists here. So we want to loosen up the knuckle crease part to get more mobility, and then reverse. And the goal and the theme of this practice today is that sattvic quality in our joints, in our bones, in us. Yeah. Good. And then bring your hands to heart. Breathe in. And as you exhale, press the palms away. And just so much stretch. Your upper back. Good. And then gently and slowly lift the arms up, up, up. Nice tall spine. Breathe in. Thumbs up. And as you exhale, scoop and round again. Just palms forward. Good. Just one more like that. It's pretty big. It's pretty intense. Lift and reach. Breathe in. Exhale, scoop and round. Good. And then unhook the fingers and sit up nice and tall. Just a little therapy for our wrists. So left palm faces down, right fingertips reach for that index finger. We pull a little bit gently, and then we go side to side with left hand, and then shake. I know, it's weird. It's a therapy thing, yeah? And then you pull middle finger side to side with the hand that's, like that, yeah? And then a gentle shake of the hand with the palm down, yeah? Index or ring finger, and you're like, is this really doing anything? Yes, it is. Good. And pinky finger, very therapeutic, yeah. And then a gentle shake, and then thumb. So I've come to this realization that my hands are my greatest tools. Yeah. Yes. So we want to take good care of them, yeah. And then switch to opposite hand. So right palm down, use your fingers to gently pull a little side to side and then a little gentle shake. I've recently taken on a new endeavor of matting and framing artwork. Yes. Mm. And ring finger, and it's just amazing that our brains can do both precision and abstraction. So cool. And thumb. All right, one more time. Interlace the fingers, pull the elbows together, and just roll out the wrists here. And then gently reverse. We need these wrists, yeah? All right, good. Let's take a round to tabletop position. Take the legs around and spread those fingers nice and wide. And just new wrists, perhaps. New sensations. If you can, just look down at the space between your thumbs and extend your spine long. So crown of the head grows towards the front of space and the tail grows towards the back of room. Yeah? We just take a big breath in, expand your ribs nice and wide here, and stay for exhale. Yeah. Now we just simply curl the toes under And we lift the knees just a little bit. We feel into that center, that core. So feel that you can kind of round the mid back. And then, when you can't take it anymore, just press the hips high, a slow downward dog. Yeah. And then walk your dog out, please. Just a little gentle heel, pedaling of the feet, or heel as a opposite bent knee. You know this one, yeah? Good. And then just a downward dog. So try to get a little bend in the knees. Let's try this out. And maybe a little more bend in the knees. And then press your heart a little bit towards those thighs. And then lift the hips high to the sky, maybe a little straightening, but not all the way straight. And then just feel the shoulders, feel how strong the inner part of your hand, so that big knuckle of thumb and index finger press there. And then let your shoulders kind of drift towards the mat, towards the floor. Rounding, engaged. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Now let's take a little walk forward and take a forward fold here. Just rest the upper body over the legs and maybe take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Just a little gentle sway. It's okay for back and shoulders. Close the eyes if you can and just let your head dangle. You can do a little yes and no. Good. And then come back to center, nice and easy. And we're just gonna bend these even more. Maybe press your fingertips into the floor or your shins and take a little halfway lift. Breath in, long spine, and then exhale, fold forward. Good. And then bend knees a lot. Press through your feet and roll up. Nice and easy. Nice and slow. So here we are, standing. Take the shoulders up towards the ears and then draw them back and down. And then keep them there. So the chest is nice and open and broad. Peel your palms open. Fingers spread and thumbs spread as well. Close up today. And then let's take a moment to bend all knees. Press through our feet and reach up, stretch up to the sky. And bring our hands to heart as we exhale. Good, let's do one more like that. Bend the knees, reach up, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Good, and then just look at the tops of fingers and let your shoulders relax down your back and your elbows. And just feel and sense when you breathe in that light kind of expands the heart, expands into ribs and belly. And sattvic quality is not necessarily just light. It's like a lightness, right? Not light from the sun or light from this light above us, a socket, electricity. It's like lightness of a feather or a cloud, yeah? And we want to bring that into our practice today, best we can. All right, take a little moment here to just let the hands come to the hips. Stand up tall once again, and we'll just slide the right foot behind us a little bit, and then the heel lifts. And then we're just gonna fold over the toes. Stretch that ankle, and then fold back. Yep, and then fold forward, and we'll fold back. Remember the joints, yeah? Even toes, and just one more, two more, whatever you can get in there. Good, and then we want to fold to where the toes are folded forward and the ball of the foot is to the floor, and then just tiny little circles for that ankle. This one's for all of us, and then reverse. And just notice the ankle, you're balanced and light. Really nice, good. And then we'll just slide that right knee right out in front of us, a little standing Tadasana, one-legged. Flex the ankle, please, and then roll and roll the other direction. Great job. Good, and then please come back to center. Shift your weight into right foot and then move to side two. Slide your left toes behind you, and then it's just a roll over the tops of it. And then, yeah. So it's like, when was the last time I did this? I don't know.
Feels good.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So our feet are our foundation, so we're going to work a lot with that today. Good. Maybe one more. And then we move back to ball of foot, so the toes are forward, and we're balanced, right? It's like take a minute to balance, and then we just kind of, it's like kneading the ball of the foot. Yeah, just tiny little circles for that ankle. And then maybe other direction, just for the mind. Good, and then we're balanced on right foot, and then we just gently slide left knee right out in front of us, using our strength, using our center. And then maybe we can roll the ankle with a bent knee in each direction. Check it out. Good, and then lower back to standing, easy. All right, maybe a bit wider, feet hip width distance apart, okay? Slide the palms down against the thighs. We want like a little gentle pressure, and that might make us stand up even taller. So see if the crown of the head drifts a little higher. And then we lean forward we lean, but we don't bend at the hip, yeah? Press all 10 toes down, and then we lean back, and we lift all 10 toes, yeah. And then just 2 more like that. We shift forward, yes, very good. Press and like feel all that strength. And then when we lean back, we lift and we feel all that strength in the arches of the feet. And then 1 more. Set the toes down, press it down, so strong. And then lean back and we lift the toes. Good, now we get to set all 10 toes down. So start with the pinky, and you can look down if you need, and then go to ring toe, and then middle toe. Yeah, and it's a lot of brain work, brain power. Good, and then we kind of like press into those toes, yeah? Awesome job. And then let's try that with a little bit wider feet, wider knees, hands to the hips, okay? Bend all knees. Good, and then sit back and down. See if you can kind of lift into the toes. So it's like, ooh, it's Utkatasana with white feet. I know, it feels weird. And it's balancey, right? Just different. All right, we're gonna stand up on right leg and bring left knee forward, nice and easy here. Good, flexion in the ankle. Good. Awesome job. All right, set the foot down. And a little wide. Lift all 10 toes. Let's try it again. Try to go pinky toe down first, and then the other ones. The ring toe. I mean, people wear rings on their toes. Yeah. And then sit into your heels and sit into your chair pose. Yeah. Good. Lift your heart. Take a breath in. Shift your weight. Yeah. Let it go. Shift your weight to the left foot, and let's lift that right knee. Oh, good. And just find your center, find your balance. Long spine, lightness in the foot, all the way up through the whole body. Good. And then set the foot down. All right, great job. Let's warm up a little bit more. Come back to Tadasana feet and Tadasana arms. So let the palms fall and face forward. And let's get a little half sun today. So a sun salutation. We'll do 2 half sun salutations and 2 full. Ooh, in our own way. Yay. All right, inhale, reach up, stretch up to the sky. Good. Exhale, fold it forward. Nice and easy. Good. Slide your hands up your shins. Nice and easy. And exhale, fold forward. Tuck your chin at the end of exhale. Good. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Reach up, stretch up to the sky this time. Bring your palms to touch. Engage your core. So feel your core is strong. And maybe reach up, stretch up, and lift your gaze. Lift your heart. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, come back to center. And then fold forward all the way through center. Good. Halfway lift. Slide the hands up the shin. Exhale, fold it forward. Good. Here we go. All the way up to standing, all the way up to palms to touch if possible, if the shoulders allow. And then we just take a moment here to take a little back bend. So maybe bend the knees a little bit, firm the core, reach up, stretch up, lift your heart, lift your gaze, breathe in. And as you exhale, gaze forward, and then just come all the way down to forward fold. Good. Bend your knees a lot to plant the hands, and we'll just step back to downward facing dog. Good.
And then shift your shoulders over your wrists for a plank pose. And we'll just feel the core for a moment. Yeah. Take a big breath in, gaze to the top of your mat. Back to downward facing dog. Press your hips high to the sky. Good. And then gaze it forward and walk it forward. Nice and easy. Good. And press up, reach up, straight up to the sky. Big breath in. Yeah, you can come up nice and slow. There's no hurry. Good. This time we're going to open up the chest, open up the arms for our back bend. So just a goalpost. Yeah. Look up, breathe in. Good. Exhale, look forward and expand the arms wide and fold it forward. Yeah. Good. And then slide your hands up your shins, breathe it in. One more time. Step back to dog. So bend knees a lot. Just walk back to dog. A slow, gentle sun. And then plank pose just for that strength and that breath in. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step forward. Nice and easy. Separate your feet hip width distance and move back into Uttanasana. Let your head drop and even arms. So just lightness and ease in your arms. Good. And then bend your knees a lot. Let's roll up to standing. We don't need to reach the arms up. No mountain, just Tadasana. Good. And now we'll lift shoulders up, 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 and back and down. All right, please bring your hands to heart. Step your left foot back for a warrior one position. So the shoulders mostly stay forward and the ribs mostly stay forward, and we bend into right knee. Yeah? Keep your hands to heart just for that peaceful warrior, we like to call it. And then we press through back leg, press through back heel. Turn forward, maybe make any adjustments. Yes, good, love that. Great warriors, really nice. All right, now we just reach both arms up to the sky. Let's go ahead and take both. Okay, now gaze is straight forward, press through your right foot a lot, strong through the right leg. And the pose really originates at the navel. So think about the belly, strong, navel through legs is steady. And then we inhale, reach up, 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 lots of space in the ribs. And then let's open the arms like goalposts, like we just did. Yeah. Inhale, pull the elbows down, gently squeeze the shoulders on the back body. And then as you exhale, round the back a little bit, bring your elbows and palms together. Yay. Good. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Let's do that again. Exhale, open up the arms, maybe bend the knee a little more. Challenge. And then inhale, squeeze the elbows down, shoulders on the back. Exhale, pull everything to midline. Great, hands to heart, please. Hinge forward and lift your back heel. A little lift into kind of a balance. Lift that back foot, steady, easy. Breath in, breath out. Good, and then come back to Tadasana. Yeah, and then just kind of shake it out, just let it go. Yeah, feet, lift one heel, heels, and walk it out or shake it out. Great. And then we take Tadasana, feet, legs, and hands to heart. Namaste. Good. And look at the tops of fingers or close your eyes completely. And then we use the breath here to bring in that sense of, that quality of just ease. Good. And then tuck the chin, breathe the eyes open, and we step left foot back for a warrior one. Good. And then keep the hands to heart to start, and then turn shoulders and ribs forward. Good. And then take a moment to feel and sense that right foot, that back foot. Yeah. And press to the heel. Yeah. So we have left foot forward, right foot back. Right? Correct. Yes. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. We all got it. All right. Side two. Let's call it side two. All right. So here's the goal. Is to get the established legs so that we move into that stable mind, right? Stable body, stable mind. Pressing through back heel and then left foot, that strong left foot. even leg. And the pose originates from the navel. So think from navel down, apana, by you, right? And then reach the arms up to the sky. Apana is downward wind. Yeah. And then we just find our focal point. We find our gaze right in front of us. And then we take a big reach up and a big breath in. And then we open up the arms like that goalpost. So it's like light. Yeah. And then we pull down and squeeze the shoulders on the back, more light. And exhale, bring your palms and elbows together. It's like, oh, yeah. And then inhale, reach up, stretch up. It's pretty intense, so just move slow. Exhale, open the arms, ha. Good. Inhale, pull down and squeeze onto the back body. And exhale, ha. Good. And then we just simply bring our hands to heart, nice and easy here. Shift forward with the torso and lift your back heel and then maybe back foot all together. And gazing down perhaps at the floor, just to feel and sense this moment of balance, a moment of lightness, of lifting off. Good. And then gently bend the knee and come back to standing. Awesome. Yeah. And then let's just kind of shake that out, let it go. And then we'll move into some wider feet. So we're going to get a little bit more balance in our stance. So just to generate that lightness, let's just move a little bit side to side. Yeah. And then just kind of shaking out the hands, the wrists. And if it's like really uncomfortable with moving this way, we just close the eyes and nobody can see it. It's like a kid, you know, when they spin around, they don't really care if anyone sees. Yeah, I mean, I believe that. If I close my eyes, no one can see me, what I'm doing. All right, so then we get a little more twisty and we take those soft fists. And then today we're going to go to the lung point and the kidney point. So as the arm comes in front, we go right in front of the shoulder bone, kind of, yeah. And then it's just, you know, whatever happens. Just let your arms be like ropes and just tap, right? Tapping gently. Say thank you, lungs. Thank you, kidneys, for working without asking or. And as I was walking my puppy today, I was trying to make the gunas like really simplistic. And I said, oh my gosh, my puppy is the most rajasic thing on the planet. Hello, it's right here in my hand, in this leash. And then I thought, you know, when is he tamasic? You know, and that's when he's like standing at the kitchen. Yeah, just slowly come back, nice and easy. Release the arms. When he's like, you know, at the kitchen, like right where he's not supposed to be, and can't even keep his eyes open. He's like melting into a puddle, and I was like, there's that extreme with the puppy, you know, it's like either full on or nothing, right? Puddle or fire. And I was like, well, where's the sattvic quality in this puppy? And I said, his essence, like his being, just a beingness in our lives is sattvic in itself, right? Just bringing the joy, maybe the hugs, maybe the jumping up, just his energy and his essence is sattvic, yeah? So there we go. That's a simplistic way. All right, let's step to the top of the mat, and then we'll take a big giant step with left foot. So take a quarter turn towards Namaste wall, and then take a big giant step with your left foot. So we want to go wider than shoulder width distance apart here, right? And then reach your arms wide, palms face forward, thumbs point up, and take a big breath in, just a little maybe opening of chest and heart. And then exhale, fold it forward and press to the outer edges of your feet. Yeah. And then fold in. Wherever you touch your hands, let your head fall once the hands touch. And then a little yes and a little no with the head. Good. And now halfway lift, breathe in, gaze down, like nice big spine, long spine.
And then just a little side to side. So bend into left knee or right knee, doesn't matter. We do both sides. And then switch it out. So just linger a little longer. So take a big stretch for inner thigh. And then a big stretch for inner thigh. And yeah, just like, oh yeah, it's all good. And this is going to prepare us for triangle pose. So we know that we need to utilize not only our center, but also our legs to create that triangle. Wow, good. And then come back to center, please. And we'll take a halfway lift, a strong spine, breath in. A little bend in both knees, please. Hand to the hip and then other hand to hip. And then if you can, rise up nice and slow with a flat back. You can round your back too, is also an option. Good, let's switch it up and start with the left side. Left toes to the back of space. Good for the brain, yeah? Keep your right foot where it is, perpendicular. And then stand up tall. So let's keep the hands at the hips and just stand up as tall as we can in triangle pose. Yeah, good. Little baby bend in left knee today, okay? And for me, I like to teach like half triangle pose. So a little baby bend engages, and then we dip the shoulder towards the toe. And lift up, use your ribs. Good, again, dip the shoulder towards toe. And you can feel it all, come on up. And one more, exhale. Good, stay and reach your left hand to the outside or inside of the knee, outside of the hand, back of the hand. And then roll your right shoulder forward or up and back and reach your right arm up to the sky. So it's a stacking of shoulders. I really love all the little baby bends in the knees. And you know, it's triangle pose. So you can look up towards that right hand, or you can keep the neck center. Just a breath in here, nice and easy. And a breath out. Good. One more, you can do it. And then bring your head back to neutral or even down, and then bend into knee like a little warrior two, release. Come back to center, arms lift, bend the knee. Good. Hands to heart, and then we'll just shift to side two. Straighten the leg, pivot on the heel, and bring your right toes forward. Good. And then we want to stand up like really tall to begin. So hands to hips, and that might help us. So looking at your feet, maybe heel to heel alignment or heel to arch. I find heel to heel alignment has a little more extra for that back hip. So that allows the back hip to come forward a little bit, that opposite way, Diane. Yep, like that. Yeah, more stability. If you can let that back hip come forward a little bit, it's more stable. Good, Eileen, everyone looks good. Good, and then go ahead and take a little baby bend in that knee so that the muscles engage. And then we just dip the right shoulder. Good, and then we come back up. Use the rib strength. Good, and then two more. Go. And then press the floor away to rise up. Good, and then we come down into half triangle, I call it, and then hand comes down to the inside of the knee. And then peel left shoulder up and stack it, and then reach the arm up. Good. Good, and then we feel like, yeah, I'm really using my side body to stay in this shape, and I'm really feeling my inner thigh, maybe. Breath is smooth. Maybe look up. And just feel that we are light in left fingertips all the way down. We can stay here all day, just bathing in this shape. Good. And then maybe look down our neutral neck, bend the knee, and let's come to warrior two. Arms lift. Awesome job. Good. Bring your hands to heart, nice and easy here. And let's step to the top of our mat. So any way that looks, you can toe heel, go the steps. And let's come on back. All right. Oh yeah. Let's bring our feet a little closer together. Challenge our balance here. Hands to the heart. All right, so it's back to the feet. So we're going to think about rolling to the inner part of our feet, meaning big toe mound. And we're just going to simply lift both heels. Yep. And then we're going to simply lower both heels. Great.
Good. Inner part of foot, ball of feet, lifts the heels. So what we're not looking for is like rolling to the outer ankle. So, right? So we're lifting the heels straight up and then lowering the heels. And maybe it's an inch, maybe it's a little more. Press to lift. Good. And lower. Good. And then we're going to use this same intention of lifting the heels from the inner part of the ball of the feet, but let's lift the arms up to the sky, nice and easy. We egg the arms, so we take a little bend in both elbows to create like an egg shape. Yeah. Now, here we go. Just a little lift of heels, breathe in. Now when we lower the heels, we lower the arms in front of us. Oh, good, and then again, try to lift, and lower. One spot to look at is helpful. Inhale, lift, and lower. Good. Couple more. Inhale. And lower. Great job. Yeah. Just one gaze point is helpful. And lower. How strong are these feet getting? Yes. How about one more, please? And lower. Great job. So separate feet hip width distance. Having your feet that close together and lifting, great job. That's a lot of balance and skill. All right, let's reach up, stretch up to the sky, please. Inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. Come on down. Bend the knees. Step it back to downward facing dog. Here we go. Good. Now, a little more challenge here. We're going to lift all heels. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the heels. Big stretch. One more. Big breath in as you lift. Stretch out the feet. And then lower the heels. Stretch out the ankles. Keep the heels down for one breath. Press, press, press. Breathe in. And breathe out. So good. All right. Lift your heels and lower yourself slowly down to your knees. So feel that you can go very, very slow. Good. And then once you arrive to all fours, unhook the toes. Adjust to where you feel centered and balanced. Take your right foot back, toes down. Pinky toe side down. So that keeps the hips nice and square. Yes, good. And then reach left arm forward. Yes, final balance. Big breath to reach. And then see if you can kind of feel your center, like pull to midline on exhale. Try one more. Reach away, heel and fingertips. And then it's kind of a contraction to midline. Whoa, so strong. One more. Exhale. Just feel it all. Good. And then lower the hand, lower the knee. Let's take a little side-to-side movement. Just kind of let it go. And we'll take one cat-cow to bring us back to neutral. So come back to center, lift the heart, breathe in, let the belly drop. Exhale, cap the back, tuck the chin. Good, and then we come back to neutral spine, strong center. And we send the left leg back, toes point down, pinky toe side down to square the hips. And then we reach our right arm forward for spinal balance. Yes, good. Now see if you can keep the gaze down or keep your gaze at one spot. Reach away with the heel and the fingertips, breathe in. And then pull the shoulder and hip to midline, like center. See if you can try it. Feel that. Inhale, reach away. It's subtle and it might be just in the mind. Good. Try one more. Reach. And just a little gentle centering. Good. And then release. Come on back to center and please take child's pose. Knees wide, toes to touch. Drop your hips back to the heels and just let everything rest. And then just let it be a stretch. Yeah, let's do that. Take your palms to touch. And then let your elbows bend. You can scoot your elbows in even closer for that stability. And then let your elbows bend and reach your thumbs to back of head or back of somewhere in there. And let your heart melt for a breath here. Let it go. Good, and then release the hands, please. And separate the palms, shoulder width apart. Once again, take another breath here and just child, just rest. Good, and then just rise up, nice and easy, nice and slow here. And let's come on to the rear. So hips off to one side and just come on down. And do like a little Janshirasana variation. And add a neck release, yeah? So let's take right knee bent and extend left leg at a diagonal. So we don't want straight out in front of us, and we don't want as wide as possible. We want just like right in between, yeah? Good, and then hands to knees, sit up tall. Take if you want to sit on a blanket to lift the hips, or if you want to pad underneath that left knee, whatever is comfortable and works for your body here. We're just simply going to sit up tall and breathe in. And we're going to slide the left hand down towards left ankle, so it's a little gentle side body stretch, okay? If you can, bend left elbow and lower the forearm. Yeah, good. And wherever it is, and then reach right arm up. Up, up, up. Look up towards that right hand. Oh, big giant stretch, your side body. Good. And then take the hand behind the head, bending the elbow. Good. And then one more time, look up. Oh, big stretch, elbow up. Yeah, I know. And then elbow can kind of come down towards the floor. Easy. Good. All right. Now, release the hand. Keep the head and body in the same position it was when you lowered it. So let's do that again. Hand to the back of the head. We open up the chest and elbow up to the sky. Breathe in. And then we kind of round the upper back, and the elbow comes forward. Yes. Stay in this body position, but then release your right arm, just the arm, and then release it behind your right hip. Good. So we're folded over left leg mostly. Yeah. And then reach right fingertips away, away, away. So we're stretching the top of the shoulder. Yeah. Even behind you a little more, Jade. Yeah. Like fingertips. Yeah. Yeah. So feel the trap. Okay. And then the chin comes down towards left shoulder. Yeah. And then we roll back to neutral, the chin and nose back to neutral. Yeah, and then one more time, chin and nose down towards the shoulder. And then we come back to neutral, continuing to reach those right fingertips slightly behind us. And then we draw left ear towards left shoulder. Aha, that's the neck. Breathe. Good. And then take your right hand to right inner thigh and really press down into that right inner thigh, close to the groin. And then take your left hand to the left cheek. Yeah. And then go, okay, everybody, time to come back up to center. Yes. Yay. Great job. So something happens when we're in a passive stretch where we're holding a stretch and then we come into engagement. There's a fine line. So we want to, that's the pressing, right? We want to engage first before we come out. Yeah. Everybody good? Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's switch to side two. Yeah. We can tell we're winding down. People are adding clothing. Maybe the floor is a little cold. And it's not Janshirasana with legs straight out from hip or as wide as we can, right? We got halfway between. And hands to knees, please sit up tall. Take a big breath in and just feel all that center. Yeah, thank you. And then slide your right hand towards right ankle. And then if you can, just rest the forearm, wherever it is. If it's on the knee and it's causing pressure, then move it clearly. But if you can kind of rest elbow, okay? And then we open the chest a little bit and reach left arm up, up, up. And then even looking up is helpful for our neck because we're telling our neck, yeah, we're going to work. We take a big breath in, and then we take the elbow into a bend, hand to back of head. And then we continue reaching and opening side body with a breath. And then we round the upper back. We bring the elbow forward, so pointing directly forward. And then we keep the body in this position, and we release the left arm. So keep in the fold, and then release left arm up, and then back down towards behind left hip. And it's active. So we want to reach those fingertips away from the body and then feel a stretch into that trap and into that top of shoulder. Yeah, breathe into it. It's big. Right? And then chin and nose down towards shoulder. That's back of neck more. And then we come back to center. And then chin and nose back down. It's just a stretch. And then we come back to center, looking forward. And then we let the right ear drop towards right shoulder. And just a couple deep full breaths here. Just let your neck release. Good. And then slide that left hand to the left inner thigh and then down in towards the groin and press down into the earth. Press everything down. And then right hand comes to right side of face and we come up nice and slow and easy. And we go, that's what I needed today. Or something like that to that effect. And then we bring our feet back together for Baddha Konasana where we began. And we say, perfect timing, great job. Yeah. And then maybe just a little side to side for those sits bones. Yes. Good. And then take your hands to shins, a little different here. And we're going to pull the heels a little closer towards the body. Sit up nice and tall. And this one's for the hips. And then a little forward fold. You can keep your hands right to those shins and then just fold, fold, fold. And get a big stretch, a big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. And then holding onto those shins, roll up one vertebra at a time. So start at the bottom, sits bones to sacrum, and then up into lumbar, and up into mid-back, and shoulders lift. Awesome. All right, let's extend our legs nice and long here. Actually, 2 ways to do this. You go long, and we lower down to our back, old, harder, or you can bring your feet to the floor and lower down to your back. This is more challenging. So we want to roll down nice and even. So gaze is forward, chin is centered, and we feel like, I can do this. Yeah, my hip flexors are all good. And then we go, that was so hard. And then we lower shoulders and head. And then just for a minute, just let yourself relax. Not a minute, but a second. So breath. And then one more here. So bring your feet together and bring your arms above your head. Good. Walk your feet to the right, please. Good. And then just press your shins together and you'll feel something, maybe a long left side body. You can take a right hand around left wrist and kind of upper body gets into the crescent shape, banana shape. Breathe in. But continue to press your shins together. Gently. Good. And then release hand and shoulders and then walk your feet back to center. Good. Reach and stretch long. Big breath in. And then heels to the left. Yeah. And then we squeeze gently the shins together. And then if you want to add the hand to the right wrist, you can kind of open side body a bit more. Breathe in. A lateral, right? We just want to feel all right side body. Good. And release the grip of hand and walk your heel up. Back to center, everything back to center. Bend up a knee and bring the foot to the earth. Bend up a knee, foot to earth, and then knee to chest and other knee to chest. And give yourself a sweet squeeze and just rock gently side to side. Good. And easy does it. We'll come into final resting pose. If there's anything else you need here, happy baby, or a little half shoulder stand, legs like a wall. I love it. Any other movements or added clothing? Good. Take a minute, and then we'll move into final shavasana, final resting pose. And I believe, when I was listening to Sadhguru, back to him, when he spoke of Sattva,
he used the word disillusion. And the word disillusion is like this dissolving quality to it, right? But to me, it also has a dissolving quality of our perception, right? This ability to be medial in our medial nature, so be in our center, act and speak and see from our center, from that medial nature, and be able to let the obstacles and chaos dissolve around us. So maybe think about that dissolving of illusion. So these really big questions that we often ask about, life and our existence. And yes, we've all experienced tamas, this heavy lethargy or inertia. We've all experienced that rajas just in our daily life is very majestic movement from point A to point B, speaking, seeing. The yoga practice is really to increase Shakti, increase our sattvic nature. So just feeling in our bones first, that lightness. Like scaffolding, holding us up. Even lying on the back or held by the bones. Maybe see those little pores, those little holes, if you get really, really, really close with a microscope. You see those, the porousness of our scaffolding. And then letting that quality of porousness or openness to move into our cells. And letting the breath just be effortless here. Not trying to change it or assign anything. Just more about the cells and the whole body. And the breath, without asking, just fills all the spaces. And it's like our heart gets to whisper that sweet intention that we set at the beginning of our practice. And may have it included this quality of being more sattvic. And if not, we'll bring it in now. return to the breath. So now take your awareness to the nostrils and the air coming in and the air coming out. And then a deeper, fuller breath in, so filling up. And letting it go, maybe through the mouth. Ha. And if you missed it that time, we get one more opportunity. Fill up, breath in through the nose. Yeah, just let it go. Maybe sound. Good. And then just a little awakening through toes and fingers. And maybe a sweet stretch once again, or just a foot to the floor and then other foot to the floor when you're ready. A gentle roll onto one side. And then, I guess right here we can decide what kind of puppy energy we carry with us moving forward today. You can extend your top leg and press the floor away and rise on up. And as we know, our energy is contagious. So maybe do a little play with that notion of, if I'm really excited, like a puppy, maybe I can get someone else to be really excited. Or if I'm really tired, maybe I can draw that person in. Just try it, yeah? Let's bring our spine tall and our hands to heart, please, in Anjali Mudra. And just feel and sense that you are part of that quality of sattva. And you are part of that quality of tamas and rajas. But it's the quality that we choose to dwell that gets stronger, strengthened. And let's chant Om, please, to close our practice together and to unite us. Ether, unite us with the cosmos. Let's take a deep breath in to prepare. And a deep breath out, let it go. Inhale to chant. Please let your chin drift down and your hands drift down. And just blink the eyes open. And as we do so, just take a little look to left and right to our friends and say namaste. Thank you, friends. Namaste, peace. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And have a sweet day and a sweet weekend. Thanks so much.
You was beautiful.
Thank
Enjoyed that.
you. Aw,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. All right. Playing with the Shavasana.
No, just the whole class just seemed to go so fast.
Oh, thank you. Time is relative, right?
I guess.